Paul, what would you like to say?
Hi, James. Fortunately, I don't live in circumstances like that, but through my professional role, I have to deal with this kind of iniquity all the time. The idea that a child has to look out of their window, a child with poor parents or...
Not even poor. I know what you mean, but there's plenty
Social
of people
housing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And has to go outside and watch their mates that they go to school with play on, the premium gear, while they get I don't know if you saw the picture in The Guardian, they've got a little strip with a couple of bouncy chickens on it.
Yeah, I
it's just looking deplorable.
At it now. I'm looking at it now. It's astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, through the work that I do, I'll be writing to the Mayor today. He has in the past, he's a staunch supporter of children and children's rights and play and all the rest of it. It's great. So he needs to really beef up the policy when it comes to developers. They really do play fast and loose. There you go.
But they've got to get out here, because if they've given the freehold to the social housing firm, they can wash their hands of the residents of the social housing while retaining the areas for the residents of the private housing.
Yeah, there's a curious thing about this. When you read the article, there's a whole section where there's a really vivid passing of the buck from one organisation to the other. But somewhere along the line, someone in one of those organisations, they seem to have a moral collapse, and they seem to be able to, think it's okay. That it's almost like a pantomime villain. When it comes to kids being cheated and being treated so cruelly, it does seem it's so vivid. It's just such a horrible picture that's painted.
But why do they do it then? Because I think I could speculate about the answer, but I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Well, if a council say they're going to remove a bowling green, you can guarantee there's going to be uproar. But when it comes to play areas, the key users of play areas don't vote. They don't have a say. And I think when it comes to... And adults generally think, children can play anywhere, play's not important, whereas it's probably the most important thing that a child does, I would say, aside from formal education. So no. That's a broader question that you're answering about why, because I think this particular council has quite a lot of questions to answer about selling off former play areas. But in terms of once it's been built, and at this point in proceedings, the kids in those flats can use those facilities, and then they wield the axe, and those kids can't. They build a hedge, they close the gates. Why do they do that? Again, I think it's purely that they think children can play anywhere. I just don't think they think it's got huge implications if they do that.
But I'm pushing you towards cynically, because I presume that on some level they must think that it makes the properties more attractive for the people not in the social housing when they say your kids can use this but those kids can't. I can't see another reason. That's my problem.
I see what you're saying. I feel that whenever I fly on a budget airline and the people that go on first, they have an air of we're separate and we're different and we're privileged, and I think that's human nature. And I think the idea is that there's a play area where people within a certain salary bracket, their children get to play. I hate to think it, but there might be people in those properties that quite enjoy that.
I hate to think it as well, but in the absence of another explanation, and they may not think it, but the developers are preempting or presuming that they would. I don't know. We need to speak to someone living it. Paul, I wish you well with the work that you do. I really do. You're creating spaces for play in London sounds so straightforward, doesn't it? But can make money out of that.